Hi Leo, welcome to your June reading. This is going to be a general reading that's really good for Moon, Sun, Moon, Rising, even Venus. I've already pulled the cards, and before I actually talk about each individual card in the spread, I do want to say the month of June, for you guys, you've got a lot of swords. So what that tells me is there's a lot of communication going on, a lot of internal thoughts going on, right? Swords, air sign, energy is all about communication. It's all about our thoughts, all that kind of stuff. With that, 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 major arcana. So I do feel like this is a big month, but not a big month of action. You actually have no wands, which is crazy, in your spread, but you do have a lot of energy of kind of that waiting and it looks like to me you guys are waiting for some extra information. That's what it really looks like. I'm going to get into it. Let's just get into it. So, okay. To start us off, we've got the 4 of Swords. 4 of Swords, swords, like I said, speak to communication or thoughts, but this man is resting, right? This man, a lot of times 4 of Swords can talk about meditating, really taking time out for you to kind of like wrap your head around a situation, right? Because the 4 of Swords in the tarot, it follows the 3 of Swords, which is all about heartbreak and disappointment, right? So this is almost like that resting, coming out of that phase so that you can kind of muster up the strength to move forward, right? So a lot of you guys may find that you're praying more. You might find that you're meditating more. You might find that you're a little bit more mindful of slowing down and taking the time out for you and giving yourself time that you need to recoup. It's really interesting. Gemini season, that's air, right? They're ruled by Mercury. Mercury is all about communication. So I do feel like there's a little hiccups or like some delays or some I don't know is going on. But definitely you guys seem like you're in a place of kind of trying to rest and back away from the thing, whatever the thing is, so that you can actually see the whole picture clearer, right? Now what's crossing that is you've got the Strength card, which is your card of the Leo, right? So this is really about through this time where you don't really know what's going on and you're kind of just waiting. It's to really be mindful of your energy while you're waiting, right? So if I'm waiting for something, I can wait for something, in a paranoid or anxious way, but what I'm going to get back most likely is that, an energy that I don't want. It's really hard to put out into the world energy of confusion and just like being unhappy and feeling deceived and expecting good things to come, right? It's kind of like you got to be what you are. So right now I feel like you guys are really trying to find the strength to get over whatever the situation is that you feel like maybe you've been blocked from, and now you're just trying to regroup and get your thoughts back together in order to push forward and be the Leo lion that you guys are naturally, right? A lot of you, I feel like this is a work situation. Maybe this is about finances, your money, because, what's crowning you is you guys got the 7 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles is all about sowing seed and waiting and sitting back and seeing if the seed that we have sown is beneficial to us, right? It's about basically taking inventory on all that we've been through and seeing if the way that we've been trying to work things for us is actually working for us. I feel like you guys have been trying to put in a lot of hard work lately, right? I mean, last month we talked about you guys having justice, justice is coming to you, justice is coming to you, whatever the situation may be, whether it's love, finances, whatever. But it's like you guys have really been putting in the time to kind of see how everything's going for you. And I feel like you guys have been really trying to sow good seed, right? So it's like, it's that process of doing a little, then waiting, seeing how that spreads, and like, oh, okay, that's kind of cute, that's growing. Okay, let me do a little bit more. That's kind of where you guys are this month. And, one thing about sevens in the tarot, it's really about, you know, that journey of questing and finding, you know, like hidden truths. So I really feel like through this, for some of you, like I said, this could be a work situation. Some of you guys, this could be a love situation, but just really, really seeing if all the work that you guys have been doing this year is paying off for you in the long run, right? This is like the mid halfway of the year point. This is kind of where everyone's kind of like, oh shit, the year's like almost halfway over. Like, let me see what I've been doing and if it's working out for me. And I feel like you guys have been really focusing on that, okay? Now, we've got the sun. So you guys are trying to build this happiness. You're trying to build your foundation. You're trying to get things in order, like whether it could be for your family. But the really great thing is with the sun, because I feel like there are things that you guys, I feel like there are things that are on your mind that you're not sure which way it's going to go, right? And the sun is great because the sun illuminates things that we can't see. The sun brings everything to light, right? So on top of me feeling like you guys are really trying to kind of sit back and kind of make your game plan to know what your next move is going to be so that you guys can have that abundance and happiness with your family and all that, I do feel like there are things that you're waiting on, answers that you're waiting on, that you're just waiting to come to the light, right? Like that's kind of what this feels like it's all about. And the sun card also, you know, represents you guys too, because you guys are ruled by the sun. So it's like you guys are really, you know, putting in this good work, hoping that it turns out for the better, right? You're having the strength while you do it. You're taking those breaks, those necessary breaks and pauses while you're doing it in order to do so and to continue to go forward, which is really good, instead of being so impulsive and like running yourself ragged. And you're doing it because there's a higher purpose that you're trying to find. You're trying to find overall happiness, abundance. I think you're trying to really shed some light on some things that have maybe been hidden from you. And I do feel strongly like you're trying to make these moves, whatever these moves are, for the betterment of you and your family. Okay? So in the past, we've got the King of Swords. The King of Swords is clear. He is clear. He means what he says what he means. He doesn't do it with a whole lot of sugar. He's not super charming like that. He's just like, look, this is what it is. And he doesn't lean towards the heart. He does not make decisions for the heart. He doesn't make decisions for, you know, himself necessarily. It's like he makes decisions for the collective. So it's like, whatever this is, you guys just have to deal with it, because even though this doesn't work for you, this is what works for all of us, right? He's that kind of king. Not to say he's not caring about, you know, other people's things, but he has a duty, right? And in his eyes, in order to fulfill his duty, it's to go by the law, right? Whatever the law is for whatever this situation is. It's a very by the book person. It's a very, you know, I'm not doing this because I feel compelled to from my heart. I'm doing it because I'm supposed to do it. It's my duty to do it. Now, this could be your energy, but also it could be energy of people who are around you. This could be a boss. This can be, you know, if you're dealing with an air sign in a love situation. But definitely this king searches for clarity. He searches for truth, and he's not about the fluff. Like, make it clear, make it concise, make it make sense. You know what I mean? So then what we've got in the future is the moon. And that's what I say about when I was talking about the sun. Like, I feel like there are things that you're waiting for to come to the light. It's interesting because you have the sun and the moon in the spread, right? Total duality. Okay? The moon is all about illuminating things. It's about secrets coming about, right? It's about also evolving, because the moon is never the same on any given night. It's always constantly changing. It's always going through its cycle. So this could be you as you yourself evolving into something new. This could also be that in the future, whatever it is that you feel like you're waiting on, here with the Seven of Pentacles, whatever it is, it's something that may be showing itself. And I'll pull some clarifiers too, just to make sure. But whatever this is, it could be showing itself now. And that's what you've been hoping for with this Sun card, right? That's what all this is about. You're wanting everything to be completed, come together, for this happy, situation. And you want some things to be shed, or something, some light to be shed on certain things that you feel like you haven't necessarily gotten the correct communication on. Hopes and fears. I feel like this is both a hope and a fear. So Ace of Swords, it's all about communication coming in, the start of new communication, the start of new ideas. Maybe you're changing your ideas and your thought process. Maybe you're communicating differently. Maybe you're communicating with different people. Maybe there's, an air sign, again, because we've got all these swords. So Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. But this is all about searching for clarity. And I feel like you guys really are wanting clarity on a situation. But I also feel like the thought of it scares the shit out of you, just in case it's not like what you wanted it to be type thing. Yeah, you want clarity. And this clarity is going to bring you to this Sun card. It's going to bring you to this happy situation. And I feel like it's something that you've been waiting for a minute now. Or not necessarily waiting for a minute, but I feel like there's been a long process of kind of you guys trying to make things happen and still go with the flow, but not really knowing. And it's like, if you could just get that communication from that person or that situation, then it would just flow a lot better for you, right? It's almost like there's no wands in this spread, and you're not moving and you're not taking any action or anything because you really don't know what to do because you're waiting on this clarity, but also feeling a little bit shook in case the clarity is like some bad news, some shit you don't want to hear, right? With that, I feel like you've got some people around you that are really trying to ground you and help you in this situation. So the Queen of Pentacles, she is very abundant in everything. She has, she's rich. She's rich in her finances. She's rich with her family. She's rich in her relationships. She's rich with her friendships, everything. Like she's got it. She's got the coin, right? This is someone who, like I said, is just very wealthy in every aspect, very abundant in every aspect, but not materialistic, right? This is a great mom. This is a great wife. This is someone who really likes to get in the dirt, really likes to, be out with nature, probably gardens a lot, that type of thing, probably grows her own vegetables. A lot of you, I feel like you're getting help from the outside. This could be like a mother figure, an auntie. It could be man or woman. I'm just going off of, female gender just because it is the Queen of Pentacles. But she makes things happen for herself. She's very stable in where she is, but she does it from a place still with that feminine power, right? So even her nudges are gentle nudges, right? So you may have someone in your ear trying to basically tell you that this is okay. Like whatever you're going through, it's okay. Like, you know what, baby, it's okay. I know you don't know fully what's going on now, but it's all going to work out. Just be patient, right? Because the Queen of Pentacles has patience. Any kind of pentacle really has patience because they're slow moving. And look, she's sitting right next to the moon. That's how it's placed. And I really feel like if you're getting good advice, or I'm feeling like you should be very open to the advice and gems that people are trying to throw your way, especially if you've got an older person that you really value their opinion. Because I think that this month they'll give you a lot of things to chew on. I also think that they may be very influential in helping you with this, if it's a career thing, this financial situation. It's like she knows the path, right? She knows the way. So while you're looking at your Seven of Pentacles and hoping and wondering if these things are working out for you, it's almost like she's guiding you, like, okay, that was good, but here, next time do this way, and that'll get you a faster result or something like that. I really do feel like you guys have that stable, reliable, like mom, good energy around you that's trying to help you in this situation, whether it's giving you advice on what to do next, or even if it's just kind of calming you and letting you know that everything's going to be okay. Okay. So you guys right now, you're wanting this wish, right? So the star is all about healing. It's all about hope. It's about having that gnarly amount of faith and just really, it's about being vulnerable too. I mean, she's completely naked and one with nature. She's not hiding behind anything. She's not ashamed. Um, but also the star talks about a wish being fulfilled. So I feel like you guys are really hoping that whatever this thing is, whatever this Seven of Pentacles means for you, I feel like you're really hoping that it comes through in your favor, right? And then to close you out, we've got that Two of Swords. Decisions, right? Or being at a crossroads, not knowing exactly what to do next. I suggest whenever I see a ton of swords that you just really take the time to meditate, pray, do whatever it is that you do to get you back grounded so that you can kind of be more in alignment with this Queen of Pentacles energy so that you can feel stable enough to move forward. Because what it feels like is there's just some things that you're just really unaware of and you're waiting for something or someone to kind of shed the light before you make this decision, right? Let me clarify some of these cards. Using my new deck that I got for Mother's Day. I love it. I got it from my best friend. He is the best. So I want to clarify actually quite a few of these cards. Let's start with the Strength. Or I'm sorry, the Four of Swords. Four of Swords. We've got Six of Swords. So yeah, whatever it is that you are right now kind of taking a breather on and, really taking the time to kind of sit back and look at from a distance and just really take a break from and not involve yourself in so closely. For some of you, this is something that you've tried to walk away from, right? For some of you, it's like you don't know if you should just pause or completely walk away. In the original depiction of the Six of Swords, it's the man with his family and they're in the boat and they're rowing away. They've got the rough waters behind them and they're going to the clear waters. So I really kind of feel like you guys are kind of in a flux of like, oh, I don't know if I should move forward with this idea or situation or if I should just kind of wait it out. So really pray on that, meditate on that. I feel like that will kind of help you through and get you some answers. Let's do the Strength. With the Strength card, you've got the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is all about fighting for yourself. It's about sticking up for yourself, standing your ground. So again, that works perfectly with this Strength card, right? Strength is having the strength to move forward, having the strength to deal with the everyday things that we have to deal with in life, having that perfect balance of masculine and feminine energy, and really being able to stand your ground and fight your own on this situation with this Seven of Wands that's helping to complete that. With the Seven of Pentacles, we've got the Fool. Seven of Pentacles and the Fool. So the Fool card, all about new beginnings, all about really taking a risk. This is the most wandy, well, you got this Seven of Wands. So that with the Seven of Wands, it's really about taking a risk. It's a risk taker. It can be an Aries, just because it is the very beginning of the major arcana, and the Aries sign is the very beginning of the astrological, calendar. But basically, whatever this is that you're trying to do, this Seven of Pentacles energy that you're trying to work on, I feel like a lot of you guys, this is something new for you, right? So again, can be relationships, can be money, can be work, but it's really about, I really feel like there are things that you guys want to get off the ground and you're in the middle of this new beginning with it. And so that is that energy of, okay, well, let me put in a little bit here and see how that fills out for me. Let me put in a little bit here and see what that does for me. So you guys are kind of vacillating back and forth, and it's all because you've got this new beginning that you're trying to do. This new beginning that you're trying to yeah, to do. Let's see the sun. Well, okay, I'm not taking all those. Are you crazy? Okay, with the sun, we've got the Hanged Man. Yes. So everything that you're doing, like I said before, I feel like everything that you guys are doing right now, you're trying to set up your happy family, your happy, situation. You're trying to shed light on things, right? Things that have not been illuminated to you. Things that you're trying to get off the ground, but you feel like you can't really see on the other side. That's when you got the Hangman energy. Hangman energy is all about surrendering. It's universe telling you, you know what? Things are happening in the way that they're supposed to happen right now. In this situation right now, you're meant to sit here. You're meant to surrender. You're meant to think. Use that Gemini, Mercury energy and really get into your thoughts. Really get clear, right? Before you get to moving. Because Leos, once you guys get moving, you move. Like you guys are very assertive in that way, which is beautiful. But this pause that you're in right now, this Hanged Man, even the Seven of Pentacles, it shows a pause, right? This Four of Swords, it shows a pause, right? This pause that you're in, you're meant to be in it. There are things I feel like that are going to come to light. But for right now, it's not the time. With the Moon, we've got the Emperor. So I really feel like this is you guys really taking charge of the situation to try to figure out what's up, right? The Emperor is all about dominance. The Emperor is, he rules everything, right? He has his own empire and people respect him. He's an authority figure. He's very blunt. It's interesting that you have the King of Swords and the Emperor because in a lot of ways, to me, they feel like the same energy, right? Neither one of them lead with a grin, and not that they're evil people, but you're not gonna, he's not the type of person who's gonna be sitting there all day cracking jokes with you, right? This is someone who is stern because he has an entire empire to run. This is about really taking ownership of your life, really taking authority over the things that are happening to you, and really about knowing that you do have more power than you think in what is happening to you, but also realizing that at the moment, there are just some things. Now, you could be dealing with an Aries because an Aries sign definitely is the Emperor card. I'm going to do one more for that. In the Tower. Okay. So I do see something kind of coming to a head. Again, I said with the Moon, I feel like there's some secrets or some bits of information that you guys are missing. I do feel like those are going to come out and that will be exposed through the Tower. I do feel like it will be a Tower situation of just kind of like a radical change to where you then take control of your life and it's like, okay, I know what to do forward. It's like once these things come out, once this information comes out that you guys have been waiting for, that's when you will grasp onto that Emperor energy and know what to do with it going forward, okay? What's the Star? With the Star, we've got the Lovers. Okay. Now, the Lovers can be a Gemini sign if we're going to place somebody on it. But the Lovers really talks about finding alignment with not only a loved one, with yourself, having love for the world, having love for all things, right? It's about finding that balance. It also can talk about making a decision, right? So with the Lovers being with the Moon, or with the Star card, number one, there could be someone in your life that is influential to you, that is kind of helping you, again, with this whole situation, that brings you healing, that brings you hope, that brings you all those great things. But also, I do feel like this has to do with whatever it is that you're trying to pursue that you feel very strongly about, which is why it came up as the Lovers, because it doesn't have to be a lover, right? It doesn't have to be. And then you got the Five of Swords. Yeah, so wanting this wish to come to be fulfilled, wanting these secrets to come out. Five of Swords, you know, in the original depictions, you've got the people who are basically throwing their swords on the ground because they're like, okay, I'm done fighting. Like, this is petty. We're getting nowhere. I can't win. You can't win. What are we really doing this for? What are we really doing this for? Also, it talks about change. Fives in the tarot are big on changes happening, right? And change can be very uncomfortable. I do feel like whatever this clarity is that you're going to be getting, whatever this comes out with the Moon card, I do feel like it may shift what you think you want. For example, you might think you're in love with Bob and want to be with him so fucking bad, and then this news comes out and you're like, actually, Bob ain't shit. I like Jake or something. You know what I mean? I do feel like this, and maybe not to that magnitude, I'm just using an example, but I do feel like these secrets or this information that's going to come out is going to, in some ways, shift exactly what it is that you were thinking at first. It could shift your thinking for the better, right? Because remember, it is with the healing, or with the Star and the Lovers, which are both great energies. So maybe this communication, almost like I'm getting the sense of you, it's like a lot of you are feeling like the situation, whatever it was much worse than what it actually is. Okay? And then you find that, you know, it's okay. I do feel like there'll be a change in direction of what you decide to do with this, but I don't feel like all hope is lost. I still feel like with this, you will be very, I think you'll be happy of a result. You know what I mean? So, Two of Swords. Then with the Two of Swords, you've got the Page of Wands. So you've got new communication coming in. That's beautiful. Page of Wands, pages are messengers, right? And pages of, you know, it's your energy. It's a fire energy. So I do feel like there is someone or someone's or something around you that will come to light that will help you kind of make this decision so that you can make it more solid. The Page of Wands, you know, that's a fast-moving page. That one is like eager to do things. It's a fire, so it's a fast-moving energy. And so I think that once you get these questions or whatever it is answered that you've been, you know, kind of been stuck in your head about, it will help you and propel you to move forward so that you can, you know, make better decisions for whatever this thing is, whether it's your job or your family or, you know, your relationship. I do feel like this is going to be a month of kind of that back and forth. You may feel like you're a little bit all month with the communication that you're having with others and also with the thoughts that you're having with yourself. I do feel like finding this clarity and getting this clarity is going to be a big game changer for you, right? When this Tower hits and kind of exposes the moon, and it may not even be a big secret, but it just could be like that missing puzzle piece to complete the full picture so that you know what you need to do going forward. It feels something like that, right? So overall, I do feel like this is a productive month because whatever it is that you're battling with, I do feel like towards the end of the month, you will find yourself feeling a little clearer, a little bit more like yourself with that Page of Wands energy. Be patient with yourself. Pray. You know, ask for your ancestors who've passed on to help you. Ask for your spirit guides to help you. Ask for your angels to help you. The thing is, your angels are there to help us, to help all of us. They're always around all the time, but they can't interfere unless you ask for their permission. It's like the rule. You know what I mean? They can't interfere in our lives unless we ask. So if you're feeling stuck and if you're having this weird dialogue in your head back and forth, ask. ask Source to bring you the answers. Really take the time to meditate. Again, I think this is a really good change for you guys, though, because you guys are so fast moving, and sometimes, we'll begin things without having all the facts or having everything in order. And I love that about you. There's so much to be learned from that. But this is a month of not so much action, but really kind of sitting in that surrender mode, right? Sitting in that surrender mode with the work that you've done. Feeling proud about the work that you've done, because I feel like you guys have been doing good work, and just knowing that it's going to push you to the next level, whatever that means, okay? Because you guys do have clarity coming in with that Page of Wands at the end of the month, and I'm really happy to see that. Really lean on people around you who you trust and love, and who, for you, displays this Queen of Pentacles energy, because she's going to help you get to the next level too, okay? So I hope that helps somebody. You guys have a really good month. I'll see you next month. Excuse me. If you'd like a personal reading, go ahead and look at my About tab. I've got my whole menu of services and prices and all that stuff. You can email me and we can work it out. So thank you, Leo. I'll see you next month. Bye.